we are live. Happy 2026. Happy first live of 2026. I go live every single Monday, and with this being the start of 2026, we are going to talk about going from zero to building your online income this year and what that looks like. What's the best way for beginners to get started? People with no experience, no followers, no crazy tech skills. And that's exactly how I started back in 2023. Funny enough, at the beginning of 2023 is kind of where I discovered digital marketing. I was a teacher for 8 years, a club volleyball coach for 5 years, and I was just done. I was done with so many things, mentally, physically, financially. I couldn't do that anymore. And I knew I had so much more potential and more to give and a way to make more money. And so I was scrolling one night on social media, completely burned out from the day, exhausted from the day, like most of you are. And I came across this. I actually found digital marketing in February of 2023, and I dove in. I was like, you know what? I can do this. I want to do this. I want to change my life. And this was something that I could see myself doing, because you didn't have to change yourself, reinvent the wheel. You could learn from people who have done it before and figure it out. And it could give you the freedom and the flexibility, and what you put into it is what you got out of it, right? Because as a teacher, or when anyone's 9 to 5s, most of the time, you can work harder and harder and harder, but your salary is going to stay the same. Where this looks completely different. And I loved the fact that I thought as a teacher, I went to school to be a teacher. My degree was to be a teacher, that I didn't have any other options. And I think so many people believe that. And it is truly our mindset and what society tells us we have to do to be successful. But you don't have to go get a degree to do digital marketing, you guys. You don't have to go back to college. You don't have to have a marketing experience. You don't even have to have any experience. I didn't. You don't have to have a business degree. You don't have to have followers. You don't have to have crazy tech skills to do this. You just have to be willing to jump in and learn. And that's where I started in February of 2023. I was like, okay, my elbow just fell off the table. I was like, okay, I want to change my situation so badly. I don't care what it takes. And so I found this person, like many of you have, and I did tunnel vision. I feel like I hear so many people come in here and say, and they're like, Steph, I've been watching this person, and I bought this beginner course and this beginner course. And I'm like, stop. This is why you're overwhelmed and confused. I literally, when I found this in February 2023, I did tunnel vision. I followed this one person I wanted to learn from. I, related with her content. She was answering me, and I did everything that she recommended. And I truly believe that's what's helped me get to where I am and the success that I've had, going from that burnt out, underpaid teacher to leaving the classroom, to, lifting that financial pressure off my husband's shoulders, to scaling to 5-figure months, to we're traveling every month, to living life on my own terms. Today would have been my first day back with kiddos if I was still teaching. And instead, I got up at 7:30. I did some laundry. I got ready. I went and worked at a little coffee shop. I came home, I took a nap, because sometimes when I'm staring at my computer a little too long, I get a headache. I folded the rest of the laundry. I talked to my husband when he got home, and now I'm live. And that all started because I started following one person's advice and followed through with it all the way. You have to come into this being willing to be open-minded and flexible and honestly willing to invest in yourself. Okay? You have to come in and be like, I'm going to use me because I'm the person teaching right here, right? I'm going to follow Steph, and I'm going to follow what she says. And so that means commenting ready, right? Like commenting ready to receive my free digital starter kit. That is the best place to dip your toes in, read a little bit about what the heck, digital and affiliate marketing is, and kind of see from there, right? We don't want to go full blown and spend thousands of dollars on something we have no idea about. That's the purpose of the kit is, to get people started that are like, man, I'm hurting. I get it. Like, I need something to see. I want to know what the heck this is before I spend a bunch of money. And I get that. And that's why that's there, and to read about it and to do some investigating and to do your own research. But truly, that's what that's there for. And then, I took a small affordable education. I was like, okay. I was talking to my husband and I was like, I don't know if I want to buy this. Like, I get that, you guys. I get that hesitation. Like, and it's not that I didn't think it was real or what it was. It was just, I don't even know. I honestly couldn't even tell you myself what the hesitation was to purchase an education. And it was only $7 at the time. It's been fully revamped and things since then. Oh my goodness, excuse me. So it's a little bit more. It's like $25. But my husband's like, Stephanie, listen to yourself. We're having a conversation about something you've spent more than happy hour at, right? Literally. So just, dipping my toes in a little bit further. Okay. It wasn't a crazy amount, right? If I would have spent the $25 and I would have been like, this isn't for me. Well, then I would have lost $25. And even with that, they do have like a refund policy, but I ended up loving it. I thought it was worth everything. It opened my mind to see how like my favorite, stores were doing that and how other online marketers do that. And when people are commenting keywords, what that really means and what that looks like. And, why we have a link in our bio and why we get sent in DMs. Like it opened my mind so much as I started learning about it. And I think it's interesting because people are so willing to take out loans and, go into debt and spend hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars on a degree because that's what society tells us to be successful. Yet we won't spend a few dollars to learn, something online because we're worried because it's not what we're taught. And I get it. Online is scary. We do have to know, like, and trust people. And that's why I always tell people it's so important to make sure people are answering your questions, whether that's in the DMs or the emails or whatever it is. But in order to be successful at something, we have to start small. We have to start small, and then we can kind of build from there, right? We can see, well, do I need that? Do I want to invest more into that? That's exactly how I started, you guys. I started by joining lives. I started by researching on my own and reading someone's freebie. I started by taking a very affordable entry-level course and then deciding if that was for me. Do I see myself doing that? And that's when I decided to invest more into myself because I had to change my situation. I knew this was it. Like, I literally used to think all the time, like, oh my God, God, I'd pray and I'd be like, I can't do this forever. But like, I feel like I'm stuck because this is what I got my degree in. And I feel like once you've seen something and you keep coming back to it and it opens this pathway and you start learning more about it, that's when you're like, okay, this is where I need to go all in. And that's where we need to make sacrifices. And that's where we need to make decisions. So if you want my free digital starter kit, if you want to ask any questions, okay, getting my free kit is commenting ready. Whether you're live, I can message you right now, or if you're watching the replay. But ask questions. That comment box is for you. If you have questions, concerns, I don't care if you're a complete newbie and you're like, Steph, I don't know what the heck this is. I'm actually going to get into that in a little bit. If you're stuck somewhere, if you don't know where to go, like, there are no bad questions. There are no stupid questions. I am totally open, transparent. I want you to be successful. I want you to get what you need. And there are so many options out there. There's a lot of noise online, but I want you to have those options so that you can build your income in 2026. Okay. You guys aren't here just for the fun of it. You're here because you have a goal. So can you tell me in the comments, what is a goal you have? Obviously financial goal, because that's what we're talking about. You might have other goals. I'm not saying a New Year's resolution. Okay, I don't mind if you make New Year's resolutions, but 80% of people give up on them by February. I'm sure you saw that in my stories the other day. What is a goal you have? Can you put that in the comments? Don't be shy. What's a goal you have for yourself? Like truly, what is a goal? I'll give you a second. If people decide to answer, great. If they don't, I get it. Set up the future for my kids. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for participating. The ability to spend time with aging parents. Yeah, I love that. And I love that because that we make money to spend time with the people we love. And I feel like our society has just built its work more and more hours for the money. But now we're working to do all of that. And we're not actually enjoying what we're making money for. Right? Like that's crazy to me. Like that's what I felt like when I was teaching, is I never had time for things outside of my breaks. You know, I missed everything important. I missed weddings. I missed birthdays. I missed everything because I didn't have the time off. I couldn't go the other 10 months of the year because I had summers off. And I hated that. I don't miss summers off, not one bit, because now my life is so much more flexible in different ways. Let's see. Starting small, enough to cover a new car payment. I love that. We're starting small. And we should start small. You have big goals and we have small goals, but the small goals are what builds to those big goals, right? And so that then it keeps growing and growing and growing. Learn new skills, work remotely after teaching for 26 years. Yes, I love it. And it's possible. It's just coming in to learn those skills. And that's where so many people get stuck. They say, well, Steph, I don't know where to start. Well, yes, you do. You do. You're scared to start. And we have to get over that fear and we have to take that jump. I was scared. I was overwhelmed. I cried. I still cry sometimes when it's not going right. Like, it's normal and it's human to feel that way. But you have to be willing to put in the time every day, whether that's 20 minutes or that's 3 hours. I don't care what it is, but you have to work at something every single day. You have to be willing to invest in yourself, okay? Whether that's $25 for a beginner, challenge or $500 to get more hands-on support. You have to be willing. And I know that sounds weird, but it's like we have to then save and put that money aside because we want to change our life. And that's where sacrifices come in, right? And those sacrifices look different for everybody pending your situation. I get it. But that might mean not eating out for the next couple months. That might be, not getting the extras at the grocery store. That might mean we're not taking a trip. That might mean we're buying a cheaper phone. We're buying a cheaper car. We have choice in how our money is spent and saved. You guys, I literally had a conversation with somebody. I actually couldn't believe it when I read it. I had to read it twice. This person told me they were on vacation, so they were sorry that their internet was bad and they weren't able to get back to me. But they wanted to do this completely free because they were so broke. They were just on vacation, you guys, and they're too broke to spend $25 to learn a little bit more. They have my free kit. They can go. And I'm not making fun of this. I'm not making fun of being broke. I'm not making fun of that fact. The irony of you spent all that money on vacation, but your financial situation is we are so broke, we can't do something that could change our lives forever. Right? So I want you to think about that. I want you to think about, your situation. I want you to think about the things we spend money on. Where could we save? Where could we do to invest so that we can fast track that success, so we can learn from the people that are going to teach us. And that's what I did, right? I gave up tons of things being a teacher. I made an investment in myself that was a whole month of my paycheck because I wanted it so bad. And now I make at least $10,000 a month every single month. So was that investment worth it back in 2023? 100 freaking %, you guys. And it's people that are scared saying like, I hope I can make it back. It's not I hope. It's I'm gonna make that shit happen. I say it all the time. It's not I hope, because if we hope, that means it's an option. That means it's on the back burner. It's I'm gonna make this shit happen. I'm gonna make this happen no matter what. But that means starting small. That means starting small when we start investing in ourselves. That means, and then growing once we see what we need. That means once we start learning, we start small. We focus on one product, not 20 products, because we're learning. So that was my mindset going through the process of how I wanted to start and I wanted to learn. And I will tell you guys, if you're trying to listen to 20 different people, if you're trying to buy 20 different beginner courses, you're overwhelmed, you're confused, and you're gonna end up spending more money in the long run. You are, because you're gonna find out, nope, I like this the best. I have had so many people come back to me and be like, Steph, I went and bought this, this, and this. I wish I would have just followed through and purchased that extra education, that you recommended. And I'm like, hey, you know what? That's okay. It sucks, right? It sucks you're now spending more money, but you have to figure it out on your own sometimes. You have to come to that realization on your own, and that's okay. That's okay. It's all part of the learning process. It's all part of the journey, right? But it's just, I'm going to start. I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to learn the skills, and I'm going to work at this every single day until it's set up, until I get my first follower, until I get my first lead, until I make my first sale, until I make my first 4-figure commission, until I have my first 10-figure month. No, that's not wrong. 5-figure month. I'm so sorry. I got really excited with what I was saying. What questions do you have? What comments do you have? What concerns do you have? I loved hearing your guys' goals. I think they're phenomenal. I think they're all very achievable. Back when I was kind of sharing my story, I found this in February of 2023. And it took me 4 months. What's really cool is the education now really fast tracks this for people a lot, more than I did. And I launched June 6th of 2023. I made my first commission in 8 days, my first 4-figure commission in 2.5 months. I matched my teaching take home month 4, and I doubled it month 5. So everything you're saying is possible if you take time to learn it, to really go all in, and to give it your all. And you will be amazed at how much you grow as a person, how much you grow with your financial knowledge and your skills online, and that you'll be able to do this with anything that you want. Right? What's really, really cool is you don't have to change who you are. You don't have to, learn a bunch of crazy new things. You have to learn, how to post online and how to write emails and how to set up some simple automations. You do have to learn those things, and how the business model works behind the scenes. You do have to learn those things, and that's why education is so important. But you're packing something you already know, a skill set you already have, to profit from it. And that's what picking a niche is, right? We pick a niche in cooking, health and fitness, relationships, cars, knitting, wealth, you name it. And even within those niches, there's sub niches. Maybe in cooking, it's baking. Maybe it's pasta. Maybe it's, Mexican food. I don't know. Cleaning, okay? You're taking something you already know, which the challenge I recommend helps you pick that in minutes. Like, it literally gives you prompts, gets to know you, and they're like, hey, here are 3 ideas I think would be good for you. But you have to think, what do people ask me advice for? What is something that I solve without even thinking about it? Your whole goal when you come online is you're solving a problem for somebody. And your product that you're selling is solving that problem for people. So I want you to think, what is something? And you might say, Steph, I'm not good at anything. That's not true. It's just probably so natural to you that it doesn't feel like that big of a deal. But there's somebody out there that wants to learn that. So what's an idea you have? Drop it in the comments. What is a niche idea you're thinking of, or you've already started? Let's hear them. Let's hear them. And if you have questions, do not hesitate to drop them in the comment box. This is a time for you. You don't have to just like listen to me ramble the whole time either. Well, I'll still be answering. Sales coaching. Oh yes, hey, you got on. Yay. I just saw that. Welcome, Pat. Yes, sales coaching. That would be awesome. In the beginning, or now even, what are some time management tips on staying focused with this in life? I'm a newbie. Totally get that. So for me, it was like, hey, I'm going to work at this an hour a day no matter what. That was my commitment to myself. And that's also why it took me like 4 months to get set up. Also, again, like I said, it's evolved so much. So people are getting set up in a couple days or a couple weeks even now. But it was like, okay, I'm either going to get up earlier or I'm going to stay up later so I can get my hour in. I even sometimes did things in the car. Now, I'm not saying like I worked on my systems or anything in the car, but I listened to audiobooks. I listened to like podcasts. I listened to like lessons. If it was going to be a lesson, like I didn't have to stop and pause and do some work on. I made sure I did something for at least an hour every single day. And if you need to write that down, do it. I have now even created like a schedule for myself day to day of what I'm doing. So I look at that and I get that done. And if I have extra time, if I'm not doing anything that day, I'll work on some other stuff. But you have to, the biggest thing with time management is you have to make it a non-negotiable. Like I have to set out X amount of time today to work on this. So look at what does tomorrow look like for you? When could you set, and maybe a time commitment, an hour is too much for you right now. Maybe it's 20 minutes. Maybe it's watching one lesson in the challenge, and completing the prompts and figuring out your niche. I think even for myself, when I started, I was a teacher. So like to-do lists are a big deal for teachers, getting them completed. It's the very type A person in me. And I would have this list and I'd be like, this is what I'm getting done today in my hour. And sometimes I got one thing done and I would be like so upset with myself. And I would be like, oh my gosh, Mitch, my husband's name. I'd be like, Mitch, I only got one thing done today. Like I'm so disappointed. And he was like, Stephanie, like this is a brand new concept. You're building something you have never done before. Like if you get one thing done, that is good. And so I think with time management, that is like people's mind of, they get upset when they're like, you can't do this in 1 to 3 hours a day. And it's like, well, you can. Obviously it gets easier, as you get fully set up. Like when you're learning, when you're building, before you're doing just the basics later, it's whatever you get done in the 1 to 3 hours a day, you guys. That's what that means. It's not that, I'm going to set up my entire automation in an hour today. Like, no, maybe you get part of it set up. I'm working on an automation right now. And I started it 2 weeks ago and I've just worked on a little bit when I've had time. It's not something dire I need right now. So I obviously haven't put pressure on it, but that's what that means. And then once you're fully set up, like once you fully have your back end set up, then all you're doing is posting, writing emails, and answering messages. And that is very doable in 1 to 3 hours a day. But there's no when you start this that you're going to get X, Y, and Z done in 1 to 3 hours a day. Just like this person said, slow progress is still progress. And that is 100% true. Okay. It's good to create goals and deadlines, but don't make it make you stop because you thought you'd be at a certain place at a certain time. Okay. That is like the dream killer. Baby steps. Yes. Okay. I got to go back up and read some of these. Jolene said getting children to do chores around the house. I love that. That is kind of almost like the relationship side into going into kids. That is a great niche. I think parents would love that because kids hate to do chores. So what can we do to incentivize, create the responsibility around the house? I love that niche. I think that would do so well. Okay. Okay, so any questions, comments so far before I keep going? Or you can put them in as I keep going. That doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm gonna kind of go with this getting children to do chores around the house. I'm gonna go into this as I talk about the ways to make money online, because once you start learning the skills and investing in yourself and you have kind of a niche in mind, which again, the challenge I recommend really helps you pick that, define that, what's your offer, yada, yada, yada. There are 4 core ways to make money online with digital marketing. Digital marketing is an umbrella term, I like to call it. I like to think of it as a kind of like that graphic umbrella, and it has 4 points. The first way is affiliate marketing, and this is where most beginners love to start because we don't have to create anything. We don't have to like hold any inventory, anything like that. I'm actually an affiliate for over 10 companies. And what's really cool about this is, again, you're sharing about the products, you're sending out, your link or whatever. And when people buy, you earn a commission. That's not an MLM. It's not a pyramid scheme. That's not what that is. It's simply a commission based. It's a sales type thing. My husband's in sales, and so he actually sells packaging lines and robotics. And so when he makes a sale, he works for a company. Obviously the company made a sale, but he earned a commission. Same thing in the online world. It doesn't cost you anything to be an affiliate. You don't have to have followers, or there's not a lot of guidelines most of the time to be an affiliate. And you can just apply, get a unique link, and if you make sales, you earn commissions. Again, that is one of the most beginner-friendly ways. People love to get started. It's also a great way, even if you do dive into those other ways of digital products and stuff, to amplify your sales and create more streams of income. 86% of companies have affiliate programs, so that's over 107,000 companies out there. So you can find something for your niche. What's really cool about affiliate marketing is you don't have to also buy. You should never have to buy something in order to be an affiliate from them. That's a red flag. But what I will say is you're starting a business, and in order to build trust, right, this should be something you've actually used in order to solve that problem, right? Like if I went into the health and fitness niche and I found this weight loss drink online, but I don't use it, and I'm telling my audience this is how I lose weight, that's not honest, it's not true, and people are going to see through that. So even though we don't have to buy things to become an affiliate, it's usually something we've already used before because we know it works and it solved a problem for us. So just like Jolene up here, how she's getting children to do chores around the house, if there's anything she's purchased, to get her kids to do chores around the house, I would be going to look to see if there's affiliate programs for, the companies I bought things through, and see if I can become an affiliate for them. And then I can embed them in things later as well. And so kind of going off of that, right? So Jolene could become an affiliate for things in that parenting chores niche. We can also create digital products. Okay, that's the second one. I would say most people wait to do this, but I've also had people who dive right into this because they know exactly what they want to share. So maybe Jolene has, this PDF she's created, and it has all the tips and tricks of how to get kids to do chores around the house, and the checklists, and maybe like stars, you put on it. I don't know how you get your kids to do chores around the house, but some kind of visual. I was a teacher, so visuals are very big for kids. So I'm assuming there's something. Maybe she creates this whole packet she can sell, right? She can sell it. She created it one time, but she can sell this packet to parents that just want something quick, read it, print it out, paste it up so we can get our kids to do the chores. And what's even cooler is she could embed affiliate links where she talks about those things in her PDF. Now she's even added more streams of income in a digital product she made once that she can sell over and over again. Okay, so that is another way. Questions so far? Comments? Should we stay in the same niche for a while and then change it up months later to keep it fresh, or also because it's hard for me focusing on one thing? I totally get one focus though. So when you start a page, that page should be fully focused on that niche forever. You don't want to change it because you're gaining an audience that's interested in what you're talking about now. And if you completely change the niche, say like one day I started talking, I have 2 dogs. I don't know why, I just like had a brain fart there. And I just randomly started making this a pet page one day. Like 147,000 people on my Teacher to Marketer page would be like, Steph, what the heck? I came here because I wanted to learn to make money from you, not talk about pets. I mean, I obviously share them on my page. I share my life. But my whole goal here is to help you guys build an income online. Start 2026 off right. This page will always be here to help you guys learn how to make money, make more money, pay off debt, leave your jobs, whatever it is you want to do. So you don't want to just switch things, right? That's not good for your page. It's not good for your audience. It's confusing. And then everything in your back end changes too, right? So if I switch what you're talking about on your page, now you're switching your funnel and your emails and your automation. So if you want to do another niche, I would just create a whole other page. But I wouldn't do that for a while because you really want to focus on making one really good. And then if you want to create another one, you could do that. But it depends what you're coming into this for. I came into it to make more money and have more time. I could open another niche if I wanted to, but now I'm working on another one, and now I'm basically working like a full-time job again, and that's taking away from my time. Does that make sense to you? And I know it's hard to focus on one thing all the time. You're gonna sound like, man, I sound like I'm beating a dead horse. I'm talking about the same thing over and over again. Like, you are, but that's the point, because you're attracting new people. Your messaging is gonna stay the same. It's also what makes it a little bit simpler. Like the boring repetitive tasks are what make you successful. But gotcha, okay, all right, we got it. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to what I was talking about. So we were talking about Jolene's getting children to do chores around the house. So I talked about affiliate marketing being one of the core 4 ways to make money online. I talked about digital products. This gets a little bit more complex. This might take some of you longer to get to. Maybe it never interests you. Maybe you have experience and you're like, nope, I'm diving in right away because I know Pat said he really wants to get into sales coaching. And so that's probably going to be a lot more person-to-person conversations. And that's where coaching and consulting comes in, right? So that's mentorship groups. That's one-on-ones. So down the line, Jolene could create a mentorship group of parents. And maybe it's a paid mentorship group, and she's got, ideas, daily ideas, weekly ideas. She's got, other things in there. And maybe it's $5 a month, $10 a month, whatever it is, but it's that community. Or she could have one-on-ones. There's parents really struggling with their kids to get chores around the house. I want to meet with somebody that is really good at getting this. I want to pay someone to meet with them. People pay for your time, right? We pay doctors, we pay lawyers, we pay therapists. People will pay you for your time if you have a solution to something that they're struggling with. Okay, I do all 3 of those. Okay, I'm an affiliate for over 10 companies. I have my own digital products, and I also do one-on-ones with people. So it's how you expand. And I didn't do all that at once. Okay, remember at the beginning of the live, I was talking about we start small. Okay, you want to start with one offer until we get the hang of it and grow and grow and grow. I've grown all these things over 2.5 years. So don't think I woke up one day and I started this and I had all of these products. It doesn't work like that. So I said 3 ways. The 4th way is live events. So technically this is a live event. This is a free opportunity I give my audience, but you can be like, hey, I'm talking about this subject on this day. Buy a ticket to come join me live and learn about it. There's actually a live event on Friday, implementation day, to see this business set up from A to Z. You'll watch experts. They choose an attendee, if I could talk, from the audience. So someone who's attending, they pick them. They say, hey, What is it you're wanting to do? What are we thinking for our niche? What do you want to do? And they help that person build it live for the day, and everyone gets to watch and see this business built from the ground up in one single day. And that's an event you pay to attend, and you're getting hands-on support from experts to see it done live so that you can get up and running quicker and faster. There's also in-person live events. I was flown to Nashville, Tennessee in last September. It's kind of crazy, 2025, it's 2026 now, to speak at a live event. So that might be something you think of way down the line. Maybe you just do virtual live events. Maybe you do want to host something in person someday. It's okay to think big, even though we start small. And that's kind of how I decided my niche. Like when I started learning this, I thought I was going to go into like a dog or pet niche because I had an Instagram for my dogs. I had fun doing that, but I didn't see my business growing beyond affiliate marketing and digital products. But personally, I wanted to do coaching and consulting. I wanted to meet with people one-on-one. I wanted to do live event stuff. And that wasn't going to grow for me in that niche. But my teaching skills, my coaching skills, something I'm good at could be brought here. And I can now teach people and recommend educations and softwares that work to run your business successfully. And then what's going to help you, right? Digital products that are going to scale your business one-on-one so that we can meet, right? So that I can look at your stuff, or if you just have questions or whatever it is. So it's really cool to see what you want it to be, even though we start way down here and we start really small. I'm going to scroll and see if I missed anything. I feel that sometimes. Yes. I feel that sometimes. Yes. Any other questions, concerns, comments? Where are we at? Where are we stuck? Have we started learning yet? Are we scared to jump into learning? Like let me know. What is it? What holds you back? I know that was a lot of questions, but in the Pack and Profit. Woo, awesome. I love to hear it. Have we finished it? Oh shoot, I don't know what I just clicked on. Have we finished the Pack and Profit? We still progressing through? Okay, we finished it. Awesome. Wait, I know who this is. I just realized your handle. It's, oh my gosh, I might say your name. Is it Asha? Asha? I think that's what it is. I'm trying to remember. We were emailing. Okay. What was your first digital product? My first digital product I created is called the Master Reel Checklist. It's actually something I give away for free now if you purchase the Pack and Profit Challenge through me. I actually send you a free quick digital starter checklist. And then I also send you my Master Reel Checklist. So if you buy the Pack and Profit through me, I send that for free. I also still sell it. So if you don't buy that through me, it's still a digital product you can purchase. But I had people come and ask me over and over and over, Steph, how are you getting your reels to perform so well? What are you doing? What are you putting into them? And I actually created I think it's 12 pages, 12, 14. I'd have to go look at it again. I don't know exactly, but it's a quick checklist. And then I go into depth over each part of the checklist of how to get a high performing reel. So that was my very, very first digital product that I created. And I started creating things later based off, like I said, the questions people were asking me. So that's how I decided what I was going to create. I also was a mentor inside a community for a while. And so they recorded those calls, those coaching calls I had, and those became digital products. So it was cool because I was paid to be a coach in there, but they also gave them to me to sell as a digital product on different topics. So that's how I knew, but there are some people who are like, nope, I'm really good at this. I'm going to make a digital product and I'm going to start selling it as my main offer. I just wasn't like that. I was like, no, I want to start the affiliate side and dip my toes in. I tried to make digital products, but they were horrible. I failed miserably. I just didn't have the experience yet that I wanted in that aspect. So that was my very first digital product. I've sold tons of the Master Reel checklist. Like I said, if you buy the Pack and Profit through me, it is in the first email I get congratulating you on joining, you get two of those the two freebies I just talked about. Offer Lab is another ball game. It's just a resource. It's just a resource where you can sell your own digital, your own products, have people be an affiliate for them, or find affiliate programs. But it's just kind of the one that's hot right now because Russell Brunson just came out with it at the end of last year, September. So it's a good one right now that's kind of popping off. Yes and yes. Laura, welcome. I don't know enough to ask questions. That is okay. I am just learning. I'm in education now, and your title handle caught my attention. I went out of it, so I'm looking at other streams of income. I love it, and that's okay, and I love that you're just being honest because we all start there. We're like, I don't know what I don't know. So what I recommend is downloading my free kit if you haven't, and jumping in the Pack and Profit Challenge that I recommend inside there. It's very affordable for beginners to dip their toes in. That's why I say we start small and we see what else we need beyond that. But as teachers, we know education is super important. If we're going to do anything right and correct, we want to learn from people that have failed forward and figured it out so that we don't make those same mistakes. Not that we won't make mistakes, because we will. I've made a lot of mistakes building this, but it happens. We're human. And that's what makes this journey so cool. But hey, I feel you. I feel the wanting out of the education and wanting more streams of income. What I really love about my niche is honestly you're a teacher in any niche because you're teaching people how to do something, right? But I just love that I still get to teach here and have those interactions and change people's lives like I did in the classroom. And I get to still do that online. And it's just cool, and we have to be patient and we have to build it. And yeah, I love that. So I just recommend jumping in, getting started. Getting started means we actually start reading, investing in ourselves, taking the time to learn, okay? So that's what I recommend. I don't know if you have, I can message you. I'm sure you might have it or not. I'm going to check if we've messaged and just see if you have my free digital starter kit, because I don't know. Oh, it looks like you saw it yesterday. So I'm assuming Laura, I hope it's Laura, right? Or is it Laurel? Am I totally ruining this? Oh no, it's Laura. I can see on your page that you have my free digital starter kit. So you've got everything you need to get started. Yes, Melanie, you're welcome. Anything else? Any other questions, comments? I want to give you guys, I know it takes a second to type in there. Yes, okay. I'm assuming your name. Yeah, I can see it. You got it. Just wanted to make sure. Again, if you want to read more about this, check out what the heck I'm talking about. Drop a ready, whether this is you're in the live or I do post this, so the replay. I think I just love it so much too because it's not going out and getting another job. Granted, getting another job means you are going to get income right away, right? Because you're being paid for your hours. This is going to take time to build and you're going to have to wait to see results. But it is something you can do on your own time. You can do it while you're still working full time. You can give it 20 minutes a day. You can give it 3 hours a day. Whatever you want to give it, you can. And it's something that you should feel excited about, right? When we're thinking about going to another job or going to our job, we're like, I don't want to do this because I have to. I was so excited to do this. My wheels were turning. Yes, I was overwhelmed and it was difficult because it was new. But I was doing something I knew something about, and I knew how it could change my life and where I could go and how I could just become something different, become a better person, a happier person, and just actually build the life. I say this all the time, but build the life we saw as a little kid for ourselves, right? When we were kids, we envisioned our lives to look a certain way, and we had these big dreams. And I feel as it's not adults' fault, but the way society has trained us to become adults, we really squash those dreams. And honestly, we don't have to. It's just we have to be shown other opportunities, other ways to make money. Let kids, try them and fail, and adults too, right? Adults, even though we're like, tell kids it's okay to fail, like keep going, failing is progress. We have to remind ourselves of that too. We have to remind ourselves that's okay, and that we have other options, and that it's okay that things take time. System.io, is that the whole home for our so System.io is just a funnel and funnel and email automation. So that's something you can use. I use it because that's what they taught, to use as a funnel and email automation back when I started. And I just didn't see a need to change it completely over, because I also already used ManyChat. Now ManyChat has evolved so much, and that's why LM teaches that to, capture names and emails, and do your DM automation. You can do emails inside there now too. So you can use ManyChat for everything. I just stayed with System.io because I already had it set up. I didn't need to reinvent my wheel when I had something that was already working. So you when I send you emails, I give you options, and the options for that are ManyChat, because that's what the challenge recommends now for beginners, because you can get set up a lot quicker. It's a lot simpler to set up than a full funnel and email automation. But if you want a funnel and a full funnel and email automation, then it's System.io or ClickFunnels. So I send emails about those options, and you just have to choose what you think is best for you. But the funnel and email automation is a little bit more complicated setup. That's why ManyChat's recommended now. Do you use StanStore or Linktree? Actually, I don't use either. I used to use Linktree, but I use Pensight now. It's in my free kit. If you have it, I have it linked in there. I can actually send it to you right now. But the reason I use it is because I do one-on-ones, and that allows me to do one-on-ones in there as well. And it's cheaper than StanStore and free to start. So let's see. I'll snag that for you. Stephanie, I'd like to get your free digital starter kit, please. I don't believe I ever received that yet. Let me check your DMs real quick after I send this to... All right. I hope I don't butcher your name, but I think it's Demetra. I just sent you what Pensight looks like. And then Stephanie, I'm going to look up your name. Good name. Let's see. Oh, doesn't look like I've ever messaged you. So maybe we didn't comment or anything, which is fine. I'll send you my link so that you can just fill in your info, and it will email it to you. If you don't see the email, then check your spam, junk, promotions. That promotions folder has made it real annoying to receive emails. And then just move it over so that you get my emails in your main inbox. But that's where I would. Yes, that's good to know. Yeah, I love it. It's free to start. It's cheaper than StanStore. Does all the same things. I just use it to host my digital products, do my one-on-ones in there. I can record my one-on-ones, and then it goes straight into the chat. So it's not like it has to send it to their email or somewhere else. They can just go to the chat and watch the replay, instead of doing all that extra stuff or taking up your Google Drive space. It's in the chat. You can have conversations in there. The replay goes right in there, instantly. It's crazy. You don't have to wait. With Stan or Zoom, you have to wait forever for it to download, and you got to remember to email it out later. It just does it. It's really cool. It's not as pretty as Stan, but it gets the job done. Thank you. Yes, got it. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely. All right. 10-ish minutes left. What other questions you got for me? I like to leave it open, the last bit, Like I talk about the process and I talk about the ways to make money and get your brains rolling. Like, what are we thinking? What are our questions? What's holding us back? What is it? Anything. Or if you're someone who needs my free kit too, or you just want the link to the challenge or the implementation day coming up on Friday, you'll want to get in on that. Like it's the first one of the year. It's great. See that set up from A to Z, experts. You get all the resources, Zoom recording. It's awesome. Any other questions? Got a lot of good questions. We got people on here. Like, you guys are ready to go for 2026. I'm excited. I'm excited. Oh yeah. Can you send me the link for the program like Stan also, please? Absolutely. Let me type in your handle. Laura _ Here it is. Okay, I just sent that to you. I'll also send you both just so you can see what mine is. Like, it's nothing crazy and just how I have it set up. Great. Where did that one go? I just lost it. Hold on. Just so you can see what mine looks like too. It's in my digital products highlight, but I just want you to have it. Just so you can see it's nothing crazy. Hosts all my digital stuff, the way it's set up. Could I get the free kit? Absolutely. I think I might have spelled that wrong because it's not showing you. Unsupported message. Oh, I wonder if it didn't send to you because sometimes your privacy settings, so it looks like it tried to send it to you before and you probably saw a blank message. So let me know, Jolene, if you got it this time. Just let me know if you did or didn't, because it looks like it said an unsupported message, which means that blocked it from coming in. I just overthink everything and don't know where to start and get so overwhelmed. Yeah, Laura, totally get that. Totally understand that. I think everybody feels that way. I felt that way. And that's just why it's so important to just, again, tunnel vision, follow one person's advice. Okay. So if that's me, I want you to go through that free digital starter kit. Okay. And then I want you to, sign up for that Pack and Profit challenge. Okay, it's only $25. And that is going to help simplify everything I talk about in my kit. It's going to help you pick a niche within seconds. It's going to help you get it set up manually with a very simple software. I know I just sent you the pin site, but you may not even need it right now. You really want to focus on one product to start. That might be something you need down the line. Right? We don't want to have a bunch of links in our bio because people come in and they're confused. They click out and they don't buy. So it's really important to have one main offer and then everything else is complemented through. I actually use that link and I promote it through my emails and my stories and in my highlights. If you go to the link in my bio, I don't have a million links. It's just to my free kit and the challenge. It's going to help you work on your mindset. Okay. And, if you want more hands-on support, like I'm talking about, they have that available. But you really got to start and take baby steps. And those are the two places to start, my free kit and the challenge. And like I said, if you purchase the challenge through me, then you also get my free quick starter checklist. So it's everything you need to accomplish in a checklist format. You get my master reel checklist so that when you start making reels, you know that you have everything that you need in there. I never leave you guys unsupported. Like, again, your success matters to me. I love that, this is for beginners and people looking to dip their toes in, and you can scale this and you can invest as you go. It doesn't have to be like you jump in and I have to spend $2,000 right away. Like it's not like that at all. So it's just something we can scale little by little, and actually learn the skills. Because again, I know there's a lot of noise online. I know there's a lot of come buy my course to resell it, or the done for you course, but it's actually done for you to just resell their course. Like, it's none of that. You're gonna come in and you're gonna learn real skills of how to become an entrepreneur and how to run a business that you feel proud of, okay? And there's nothing else out there like it. So we all overthink, we all get overwhelmed, but when you say we don't know where to start, we start by educating ourselves. And what the education tells us, we start taking those baby steps. And the more it starts to click, the less overwhelmed we start to feel, and we get more excited. It's like an overwhelmed, excited feeling. It really, really is. Jolene, got it. Thanks. Perfect. I'm so glad you got it. Awesome. Okay. Anything else? Because I think I'm going to end it here tonight. This was a great one, a great way to kick off 2026. Anything else? Okay. Well, I love this. I'm going to post this replay. I post every single, let's see. Okay, good point. Simple and baby steps. Thank you. Absolutely. But I post this replay so you'll be able to rewatch it. I'll actually send out an email tomorrow morning about it as well. If you haven't gotten started yet, you can comment ready. If you're watching the replay, you're going to get my free digital starter kit. After my free digital starter kit, I recommend a very simple beginner-friendly challenge that's really going to dive into those things I talk about in my free kit. And if you do get that challenge through me, you get 2 freebies, okay? You get a digital starter checklist that's going to give you everything you need to accomplish to set up your business. And you also get my Master Reel checklist, okay? So you get about $75 worth of freebies from me if you sign up for a $25 challenge. But yeah, there's also an implementation day Friday, and you'll be receiving emails from me about that this week as well, where you can see it set up A to Z from the experts in real time. They actually pick an attendee out of the audience. Last implementation day in December, they picked out a stay-at-home mom. They built her whole business from scratch. I mean, how exciting is that if you're the person that's picked? Still exciting to get to watch it, see the thought process, see how things are set up. Like, it takes out that overwhelm. They got rid of like the big, scary, courses. That was great. That's how I started. But there was no one to tell me if I was doing it right or wrong. It was just like, I watched that video, I think I did it right, but it's not working. That's gone. That doesn't even exist anymore. Everything they offer beyond the self-paced challenge is going to be hands-on support if you want that, if you need that. But like I said, I'm excited to see what you do with this. Feel free to reach out anytime. I answer every DM, every email. It might take me some time because I do get a lot of them, but I answer everybody. I go live every single Monday at 6 p.m. Central Time. If that ever changes, I let you know in my emails and my stories. So literally, I am here to help you guys succeed. But let's see. Stephanie, I feel kind of excited and less overwhelmed. Thank you. That is what I'm here to do. So I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you. Thanks so much. We'll dive into it tomorrow. I am so excited for you, Jolene. Thank you. Okay, guys, have a great night, a great rest of your week. If I don't talk to you in the DMs or emails, I hope to see you next Monday, and I hope you have a great week. If I didn't say that, I don't know if I said it. All right, see you next time.